Hello, my name's Jo and I'd like to welcome you to this promotional video for the FSC's new digital and outreach packages. Today we're going to be looking at what's on offer across all of our centres and then focusing specifically on the digital and advanced digital packages and what they consist of. So first, it's worth recapping that we have 5 levels of fieldwork course on offer at the moment to allow for the restrictions put in place to maintain COVID security. You can see from this list that we have a digital offer and an advanced digital offer. These are both fully virtual with no real-life fieldwork. Next is a blended offer, which is a mix of digital learning combined with a real-world fieldwork visit. The 4th level is an outreach offer. If you can't come to us, then maybe we can come to you. And the last one, the Centre Learning Package, is our business as normal, with schools visiting us at centres for standard day trips. This video then is to inform you how the digital and advanced digital packages can help you and your students who are studying GCSE geography in England or Wales, or the equivalent in Ireland. As you can see, for the GCSE boards, there is an option of rivers, coasts and urban, or a mixture of the 3. The modules are designed to allow teachers to cover the whole investigation process within each topic. For Ireland, we have made a rivers fieldwork virtual trip focusing on downstream change to meet the exam requirements. To consider more closely then the difference between the digital and advanced digital offers, it's helpful to look at this table detailing what each of the packages provides. The digital offer, as you can see here, provides teachers with a guidance document, which is vital in providing the support and guidance for teachers to integrate the virtual fieldwork into their scheme of work and to make sure that students are well prepared for the fieldwork video. This is especially true in the case of the digital offer, where the onus is on the teacher to set up the investigation with the students prior to the fieldwork video. Therefore, the digital offer also has a pre-course sheet, which also acts as a follow-up document for the session. The digital offer includes the fieldwork video and the student handout to run alongside, as well as a set of data collected from the site. The advanced digital package then also has a teacher guidance document, but instead of a pre-course task for the teacher to deliver, there is a pre-recorded introductory video with handout, as well as access to an expertly made GIS story map. All of this allows the students to access locational information about the fieldwork site, as well as secondary information and data. These interactive resources allow students to focus on the investigation and prepare thoroughly before the fieldwork video. The fieldwork resources are the same for the advanced digital as they are in the digital package, and the data is also included. However, there's also a focused follow-up video and a handout to allow the students access to FSC tutors' expert knowledge in how to process, present, analyse and conclude from their data to complete the entire investigation sequence. The teacher guidance documents then, as stated, allow the teachers to ensure that they know exactly what's going to be happening during the fieldwork video so that they can prepare the students beforehand and successfully follow up afterwards. You will have access to learning objectives, the aims and hypotheses of the investigations, as well as recommended learning for prior and for post-digital resource use. The digital session will have more information on what to do before and afterwards than the advanced package, as obviously in the advanced package more is being done through the virtual learning platform, so there's less work for the teacher to do. So now we've covered some of those resources, what I'd like to do is to show some of the handouts and some of the story maps that the students would have access to, as well as some snippets of some of the videos as well. Here you can see the student workbook for the GCSE Rivers digital package. The students would have completed some pre-course tasks led by the teacher, detailed in the teacher guidance document, and now would be watching the fieldwork video with this handout alongside to fill in. You can see here that they are thinking about the background influences on the catchment area. The next step is to think about risk assessments. and sampling strategies, which the tutor would lead them through in the video. They would then move on to think about justifying fieldwork methods and how their choices may impact the reliability and accuracy of their data. This will be really useful for them in the exam. Further work seen here on designing a method. This level of reasoning will be invaluable in answering unfamiliar fieldwork questions. We'll now have a look at some of the video clips that would run alongside this handout.
We have two options of how we could measure the river flow. We could measure out a course to give us the distance, and then we could float something along it, timing how long it takes. I'm going to use a cork because it floats, and also cork is made of a natural material, so if I lose it, it will eventually degrade. Alternatively, we could use a piece of equipment called a hydroprop. So the hydroprop also has an impeller, which is pushed by the water. So the hydroprop is the brass stem, and that holds the impeller in place. There's a photo of the equipment on your sheet. The impeller screws into the hydroprop, and it can be adjusted up and down so that it sits inside the flow of the water. The impeller has to point directly upstream and into the flow of the water. And I'm going to time how long it takes the impeller to travel the length of the stem. There's an equation to use to work out the speed with this equipment because it needs to account for the friction of the materials, the plastic and the brass here, as well as the length of the thread that it spins along. So we need to measure how long it takes the water to push it the length of the stem. We just time in seconds, then we put that into the equation which is in your booklet.
And for our beach that has lots of changes in gradients and quite obvious changes that you can see here, I think stratified sampling will be the most appropriate for our investigation. So that's what I'm going to use when we complete the beach profile. And I'm going to use these ranging poles as reference points so that myself and Mark can read off this point here.
Now we can use our categories to assess the environmental quality of this location. In a moment, I'm going to move out of your way so you can see better, and you need to put a score for each category.
Now that we've seen a snippet there of the Rivers fieldwork video, let's move on from digital to the advanced digital package. Here are some of the pages out of the introductory handout for the GCSE urban part of the advanced digital package. The students would be watching a pre-recorded video of an FSC tutor leading them through the introduction and will be able to fill out this handout along the way. You can see here that as well as the introductory video, there's also a link to the FSC story map, which allows students to access the field site virtually through GIS before the fieldwork video. We'll have a look at one of those in a moment. During the story map, the students will be challenged to form opinions and collect information about the sites and record them in this handout. During the introduction, the tutor will also cover important fieldwork concepts such as sampling strategies, and this will allow the students the best access to the content of the fieldwork video. It would need to be covered by the teacher if the digital package was chosen. You can see here then the urban inquiry. So for urban quality of life, this is the advanced digital story map that would be included in the introduction. And you can see as we scroll down through this, the students would be given locational information about the study site, just to help them build up a picture of the virtual field trip that they're going to be experiencing through the video. So we've got some history about the area, and then also starting to looking at IMD data about quality of life, so building up a kind of GIS picture of the place that they're going to be virtually visiting, with some interactive questions for them to think about and explore and fill in on their handout. So you can see there is quite a lot of interactivity with the story map, and it allows the students the kind of authority to go through those things on their own or as a class. You could set it for homework, but they're getting an idea of the places that they're going to go to, the study sites that they're going to be in, and some of the factors that might affect those places, such as the crime levels and sort of other IMD areas. So that study is the kind of the introduction to the advanced digital urban site, and that would be the same for coasts and rivers. They would have their own story map as well. If teachers were using the digital package, then they would use the summary sheet to follow up the fieldwork in class. However, for the advanced digital package, you can see here with this coast example that again there would be a tutor-led follow-up video and handout to fill in. Data presentation as well as exam question practice will allow the students to really understand their virtual field trip data. The students will be looking in detail at results, and the ways in which to interpret findings will be guided for them throughout the video resource. The video would then guide the students to draw conclusions using these questions so that they can fill them in on the handout. And then finally evaluate their conclusions to finish off that investigation sequence. So hopefully this gives you a fair idea of what you're purchasing if you take up the digital or advanced digital offer. Obviously there are other options, so the blended package, which we mentioned earlier, consisted of a digital introduction and follow-up to complement that real-world fieldwork visit with one of our tutors. So you would choose your topic, download your digital resources, and then plan your fieldwork day with us in centre or at site. Then the outreach offer is where there's no digital provision at all, so the tutor would be coming to your school and would deliver the whole thing, and those would be fieldwork skills based on set topics. And then lastly, the day visit, so the business as usual offer is where we're still running our day courses, and you can come and do your day or extended day visit for a tailored course to cover what you would normally cover, just sadly no residentials at the moment. So for more information on any of these, please visit our website or speak to one of our dedicated education advisors by following the links here. Thank you so much for joining me, and I really hope it's helped to see what we're offering and how we can help you.